Hello, everybody. This is the Shadows or Javier Jr. And I'm gonna tell you about my experience of real events and scary and disturbing events that took in place, like scary actual stories that I'm gonna tell you today. So let's start with the first one. When I was a kid in real life, right? My actual real stories I'm gonna tell you. These are real events that took in place, right? When I was a kid, I remember playing with my Hot Wheels or those cars. You know, like when you're kids and there's nothing else to do, but you just gotta play with your toys. That was me. I was literally playing with my cars and stuff, playing normal, like everybody would do. Then, long story short, I heard a weird noise in my room, my old rooms, because I didn't had like a big house like everybody had. I had like an apartment, right? I had to live in. I pretty much was in my room playing with my toys. I heard a weird sound, but I ignored it because I was focused on my toys, right? My guts were telling me something, like something was off, right? I was gonna go check it out until I saw something moving on my cars and I saw a spider, right? But it didn't look like a spider to me. It looked like spider long legs, but the long legs had so many legs. Like it had like over 100 legs. It didn't look like a spider. I literally ran for my life because that spider was chasing me actually. I opened the door quickly. I closed it and the thing is not chasing me anymore. And then when I started getting near to my living room, I saw my cat Mia, which is my old cat. Well, she passed away because she died from around COVID of sickness. Still miss that cat, but we don't talk about that. I'll tell you in a different video. But like I was saying, that scary event that took in place, I felt that like when I saw that spider, it didn't look like a spider. It had like over 100 legs or something, and it was like a circle, but it looked like a spider, but it was no ordinary spider. It had over 100 legs. Like, have you ever seen like a horror movie where you see like a spider, but instead of like 6 legs or eight, there's like 100 legs on it? That's what I saw. It was like a small one, but it was chasing me fast. I was fearing for my life. Closed the door, which was good news. I'm still okay, but I still get goosebumps about it until today. Then a couple years ago, the second incident. This is where I was with my family in Mexico, where there was an incident where I was chilling with my family and stuff. I was pretty much playing with my cousins, playing like usual. Like every kid when they're playing with their cousins and stuff, enjoy themselves with, you know, fun activities, right? My father, my mother, my auntie, and my uncle were talking about like random stuff. I don't know what they were talking about, but they were talking Spanish, like Mexico, right? Then something happened where my dad saw something in his own eye. He saw some orb flying on the top. He alerted my mom. My mom looked up, and my uncle was like, "What are you guys looking at?" And they all looked up. They saw a flying orb. They started talking about the orb. They started realizing the orb was getting close to the house, but it didn't get near to the house. It was literally it just passed by to the house. Then when I was like done playing with my cousins, I started realizing what was my dad looking up. So I started checking my dad. I said, "Dad, you good?" He said to me, "Yeah, just saw something weird." Then I said, "What do you mean?" And then my dad told me there was like a flying orb, like a witch. And I was like questioning myself. I thought witches were fake. So I told my dad, Dad, isn't it witches are fake? And then my dad said, no, son, no, witches are real. They're real entities, or what we call it, anomalies. Pretty much, witches could be like old ladies or pretty women that nobody would know, and they literally would become like evil, God knows what. And then he told me a story. It wasn't my incident, but when I started questioning about it, he told me a story a long time ago when he was a kid in Mexico, like my age. He said that he experienced a real witch encounter with himself and the witch itself in the room. In Mexico, he was literally sleeping peacefully. You know, every family would do in Mexico, sleep peacefully. Then he woke up some strange vibe, right? He looks at his surroundings at the back, nothing. But when he looks at his feet, he saw a big, huge figure. Like a figure that was wearing like a cape around her. Like a cape around the person. And it was like a shadow. Looking at my dad and my dad in his young age screamed so bad he was scared shitless. The family woke up. Parents got in the room, opened the door quickly, checked around the surroundings. My grandmother, or my dad's his mother, which is my grandmother, checks on him. Grandfather, which is my dad's grandpa, which he passed away in COVID. R.I.P. Real legend. He said, "What the heck happened?" Grandma said. Dad said there was a witch which means I forgot. I'm not really a good Spanish speaker, but he did said, mom, there was a witch in the room. Grandma checks around, felt some bad negative energy. So she puts some holy water, starts reading the Bible, and casting out whatever was attacking my dad. Then they felt a heavy presence that didn't get out of her. It did make a screech or scream or something, and got everybody like scared shitless. And then the witch disappeared because they didn't like holy water. In the Bible that they were talking about Lord of Jesus Christ, God. When my dad told me about his story about the witch incident when I was a kid, it got me goosebumps, because not only that I saw the video of the witch, which I used to have it on the phone, but sadly I don't have it anymore because one, how I say it, it was like an old video. It was like years ago. Shit. I wish I posted it on my YouTube channel. I want to actually get more views for showing proof. But it was years ago when I was a kid. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, dealing with something like that. But I did remember the video, and I'll give you a detail what it would look like. So think about is this. I know a lot of Mexicanos or a lot of Mexican people experience witches or not, but what I saw in the video, if I remember, what my dad showed me a long time ago, it was like an orb flying around, like, you know, like every orb would do, flying on top, and it was like moving like left, right, left, right, like whoosh, 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 whoosh. And I'm pushing and I'm pushing and pushing. And my dad was scared but thinking that the witch might get in the house. It didn't. It just walked past by us and focused on something else. Like the witch, it looked like the witch was going after someone else. Which, thank God that Jesus blessed us with a holiness, because if that witch was in the house, I'll probably be traumatized for the rest of my life. And I'll probably just read the Bible all times and just put holy water everywhere in my room. You know what I mean? But thank God I never experienced that, so that's the good news and stuff. But the bad news is that it still gives me the chills and the goosebumps. And I know a lot of you probably got goosebumps from that, but it's true. And if I saw a witch in real life in Mexico, I would be fucking creeped out. Because in Mexico, I know a lot of you guys, or maybe not a lot of you guys, seen witches in Mexico. But imagine this. Imagine you search up a video like me, right? I search up a video about witches in Mexico and I research them. God, I regret watching that shit. Bro, it felt like goosebumps. It felt like things that you just didn't want to deal with. Just feel like this. Imagine you were in the middle of nowhere, right? Middle of the night, just trying to find somewhere to sleep. Then you see a girl out there, but it was a witch saying a lot of weird words, and you realize who that was. In that incident, I remember there was a video of I think it was a Mexicano dude where he was like a truck driver with his family. They see a witch in the middle and they start saying whatever that word is. I don't know why I made that sound, but whatever. Truck driver said, "Get out! Get away from us! No!" And it starts pushing back and stuff. And I know a lot of you guys seen that incident. It was around 2022 or somewhere in the 20s or like in the 2000s, where there was like a Mexican dude and then his wife along with his family driving back with his truck because they saw the witch, and then they saw like a girl with the white dress, black hair, and like demonic trying to get near them. God, that gave me the goosebumps. And I remember watching a lot of scary witches video. Oh, I regret watching those Mexicano ones. They gave me the real creeps. And if any subscribers or new viewers know what I'm talking about, you know how creepy that shit is. And the people, they don't know what it means, or they don't know what the video is, just search up witches caught in camera on Mexico, or just search up witches got found footage on Mexico, which means Mexico and stuff. And that's the second incident that I remember. Then the third incident is when I think 6th grade or maybe 5th grade, if I remember. I remember there was an incident where it took place when I was a kid, right? 6th grade or 5th grade or something. I was literally, I don't know how to describe it. So 3rd grade, I was being stupid because, like every kid would do. Watch some stupid shit, watch some scary shit, I wasn't really scared of those videos because it wasn't really scary to me, right? Then, long story short, I saw something in my dreams, right? And I was sleeping. How I say? Has anyone got sleep paralysis? I did. So, if I remember, somewhere in 6th grade or 5th grade, like a 5th grader or maybe a 6th grader. I'm not a 5th grader or 6th grader. I'm like at my high school years, but you know what I'm saying. So at that third incident, I remember having sleep paralysis. I couldn't move my body, but like I had to use my eyes, look around because I couldn't move my body, right? Then in my room, I saw a witch, right? And that witch was demonic as shit. It didn't look like a scary demonic witch. It just looked like a troll witch. Like, have you ever seen like a troll, but it's like demonic and they're ready to attack you? They were like a witch like that. A witch was in my dream attacking me. I saw it in my own eyes. So what I did is I get out of bed, try to open the door, but the door wouldn't budge or should I say it wouldn't open. So I tried it over and over and over again, but the witches was getting closer and closer. And when I actually opened it, the witch ran towards me, grasped my throat, and started strangling me for a couple seconds, or like a minute. And then when I woke up, I got a nightmare. Then when I look at the area where my sister's clothes were at, which is pretty much where the witch was standing at, I saw the clothes move. I said, no, fuck that, I'm out. I opened the door, closed that door, told my parents what was going on. I saw a witch in my dreams, and it was in my room, but they didn't believe me. But my mom said, I'm gonna put some holy water in your room so you don't have any incidents like this before. And just remember, pray to the Lord of Jesus Christ, because he will protect you if anything is attacking you in your dreams. Remember, don't watch stupid stuff, because the more stupid stuff you watch, the more scary shit that happens to you in real life, in real times in your dreams. So don't do any of that. So when I was in 6th grade and 5th, I was like, nope, I'm not watching no scary shit. I'll watch a couple, but I'm not gonna watch full things of it, and stuff. So I quit watching those scary shit at 5th grade and 6th grade at my third incident, because God, I regret watching those scary Mexicano videos, or like these demonic paranormal videos, and I regret watching all of that shit. So I quit that shit now, which is a good thing. I don't need to worry about that incident no more. Then somewhere around 7th grade or maybe 8th grade, same thing, same incident, watching scary shit. I didn't really get scared because, I got used to it and stuff. Then I remember a long time ago, the 4th incident, when I was 7th or 8th grade, I started making fun of these videos, like scary extreme videos, and they said, yeah, these videos don't scare me, nothing's gonna happen to me. Then one day, or like a year ago, I regret saying that word when I was waking up at 3 a.m. like a couple years. I was acting all stupid. If I remember watching 3 a.m. videos, I was watching more scary stuff when I was at 3 a.m. I was watching like a lot of scary shit. I don't even know. But I was watching a lot of scary stuff at 3 a.m. like over 30 times or maybe 50 times. But my brain is telling me it's either 30 or 40 times. Which is damn. I got no life for watching 3 a.m. videos. Then, long story short, what was I saying? 7th or 8th grade, right? I tried to do this stupid shit again, right? I woke up to some demonic shit. And God, I regret waking up at that hour. I see a shadow figure, right? It was on my desk where my TV is at, right? I look at the TV and I was ready to watch it until I saw some figure looking at me with her. It looked like a female. She had sharp nails. Her feet was normal, but her nails were really sharp as fuck. She had curly hair. She had white eyes staring at me. She was like leaning on the desk with her nail. So, how I say it? She was like crouching, right? But she was like on the table on the shelf, like leaning on it and then like holding in grip. And then her like other leg was on top of the table, like her arm just staring at me like a creepy stare. And God, I regret looking at that bitch. I'm sorry I had to call her a bitch, but goddamn, she looked demonic, dog. Bro, I'm lucky I didn't get to see that person again, because if I ever see that person in my older days, I'm probably gonna have a heart attack. Then, how I say it? 4th incident, yeah, the shadow figure. When I told my mom about it, she said you maybe have met the Kagui or maybe some other shit, because, I was being a piece of, you know, I was being like, those kids when you're like being disrespectful, and then your mother in Mexico or your Mexican mom says that Gagui's gonna get you because he takes away bad children like you. I didn't listen, and I just got what I got in. The Gagui. But it wasn't a Gagui, it was a shadow figure with sharp nails, like a boogeyman, and staring at me with white eyes, curly hair, sharp nails, regular feet, and it looked like a female. It didn't look like a male or any demonic freaking form that's gonna scare the shit out of me. It just looked like a girl. It didn't look like any guy or anything. It was like a demonic female shadow figure, and she was just staring at me. And then when I saw that bitch, oh, I want my blankets over me, sleep, and do not listen to whatever I was seeing. And then when I woke up, I felt blessed. I didn't tell my parents about the incident because I was scared shitless. And I just told myself, you know what? Maybe let's just try not to wake up at 3 a.m. Because one, I'm probably gonna release something huge or demonic in my room. So you know what I did? I did what I said to myself, and I quit that shit. And thank God I did, because I'm not dealing with whatever I'm dealing with. Then, around 9th grade, when another incident, 5th incident, I was dealing with depression. Somewhere like 8th grade, when I had a lot of mental health crisis line, right? When I was in 9th grade having extreme depression, same thing with sophomore. In my junior year today, I started feeling some off vibes. Like when you're like buried, how you say it? If you're really buried depressed and you couldn't do anything, it just feels like a void and all you see is darkness. That's what I see. Then when I was depressed, I saw the shadow figure in the corner that I posted on the video, right? It's always there. You know what I mean? Even if I don't see the shadow figure, it's just there. It's like, how I say it? In psychology, they say that seeing shadow figures could be leading more like trauma or very extreme events that taken place. And I'll be saying this truthfully. I did took some crazy events and trauma events that I went through. But we don't talk about that. Might tell you in a different video, but maybe not now. Maybe in future. But like I was saying, I see shadow figures. Then when I was in the mental hospital, oh my god. You shouldn't have heard what the 5th incident was. When I was in the mental hospital, I would be hearing people scream in my ears. Like screaming, like saying, ah. And then the deep voices were like, ah. There were like deep voices and stuff. Other ones were like screams. I heard people like getting killed and screaming in my ears at that incident. Then I started seeing some distorted images in the walls. I started seeing some creepy shit that I didn't experience. I told the nurses what was going on. Nurses go check. And they started like writing down what I was going through. God, I felt like the devil was striking me. I felt like hell was like getting near me, dog. That's how bad it was from the 5th incident. From 9th grade. And a lot of shit. Then when 9th grade was over, I was a sophomore, right? Getting my shit done, blah blah blah. Oh my god, there were so many lot of incidents in there. 6th incident was like, me try my best not to, hurt myself or just, oof myself. I try to find ways to escape depression. Then my cousin, Oscar and Enrique, which is Kike, pretty much they saved me to go to this game called Rec Room. Oh my god, Rec Room saved my depression because one, it saved me from extreme depression, and two, I feel blessed. But sadly, when Rec Room's shutting down, I feel deeply sad because not only I'm not gonna get to meet new people, but I'm not gonna get to meet new friends. And if you think about it, what's gonna happen when everybody's gone? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I'm proud I got a YouTube channel. I'm proud that I have subscribers that are OGs and some viewers. But the only thing that worries me the most is family and myself. Because one, I'm worried about what's gonna happen in the future. And two, a lot of people in my friend group might go opposite directions. Like my dad told me, we have different, how you say it, goals in different ways. We don't have like the same goals that we go to or we go through. We all have opposites, you know? I know a couple subscribers have opposite goals too. Like me, I have goals for life. I have goals to help the Shadows family or my family. And if you're wondering about the Carothers Tyrants, they're not Shadows family, they're actually my real family. The Shadows family is more like the third family, a different family. They're not with my family, they're just different one. They're like a backup in case like my family passes. Then I'll just use them. But we don't talk about them. We just talk about the incidents. What's it called? The sixth incident. Apologies for talking about those random shit, but what's the sixth incident? Oh yeah, so long story short, the sixth incident when I was a sophomore, I started going to the mental hospital like stupid shit that I was doing. I started seeing some demonic forms, like more disturbing imagery around me. I saw things. I saw like a vision that I saw myself oofing myself with a gun. Or I start seeing myself hurting myself in extremely ways in depression, which disturbs me so bad and breaks my heart. And God, I never want to go back there. I felt like that freaking hellhole. And then around my sophomore years, there was a 7 incident where, we were talking about 6 incident. So 6 incident was more like imagery, distorted imagery, but worsened. And whatever the crisis line or whatever life works give me those medication, worsted my mindset. It destroyed my mind to do things that I just didn't want to see anymore. It just felt very disgusting. But when I stopped taking those medications, I just started realizing that those medications were infecting me, so God knows what. And I could see why crazy people are acting more crazy when they use medications. And most of them hate medications because, one, medications makes your mind, how I say it, stupid. It doesn't make your mind like all crazy and stuff. It just puts you down to chill in a nice mood, pretty much. For medications like I had before, they make you chill. They don't really do anything bad. They just make your body calm down. In case you have like a social anxiety attack or like any attacks, then you just calm down. But none of those medications work. The only one that worked the most was talking a lot, like I'm doing right now. You know, talking to people helps me have a good mood because not only I feel peaceful, but if I use more medications or think about more sad thoughts, it just breaks my heart. You know what I mean? Then 6 incident, it was just more like imagery and stuff. Nothing too bad. Nothing too disturbing. But to me, it is. It was more like extreme depression. Then, what was I saying? The seventh incident. The seventh incident is where I started watching some scary shit. Because, I said, fuck it. Let's watch some scary shit. Because, I'm older and I don't really care. I started watching some scary shit like the Walton Files, Dr. Nowhere, Finn and Carnus, and a lot of other Angela horror curators. And, they're not bad, but when I watched the Walton Files, I was in a dream, right? I was in a nightmare, right? I was in a room where, like the Walton Files office and stuff. I was in a room with a massive door, chilling and stuff. And I had a task in the incident of the nightmare, right? There was like, they were telling me to sell organs or like bloods to the one that's outside of the door and just give it out to the animatronic. I was like saying, what the fuck am I? Is this a dream or is this a nightmare? So I start checking, right? It's like, I try to wake up because, I couldn't wake up. It was just a nightmare, right? Then that nightmare was like Bond, right? But God, that was not Bond. That was like a demonic Bond. And bro, that face, when I opened the window a little bit, I saw Bond's body. But when I gave his food, he started eating it like a freaking wild animal. And then when that animatronic moved, opened the door a little bit. Oh my God, I closed that door back and locked that shit because I was scared shitless. Bro, Bond's face was demonic as fuck. It was like somebody's face that was very distorted, but like, have you ever seen like a horror character or like anybody's face that's just like very distorted, but there's like blood and like the eyes is not even like in the right place, but like an animatronic? That's what I saw in my dreams. God, that was disturbing. I had to like push myself near the door so he doesn't get in. Then I woke up, then I felt blessed, but damn, that was a scary incident that I dealt with. Then the 8th incident in my sophomore years, back in the days, I remember another incident where I was sleeping again, normal stuff. It felt like a fever dream, right? And when I was in the dream, I saw myself and then a couple other, I don't know, figures. They were just weird ones, right? I started talking to them normal and stuff, right? Then I said to them, hey, are you guys real? And guess what they did? They stared at me like a creepy stare. And then myself, like my other self, was just staring at me like a real creepy smile. And the smile was getting, it was getting like smaller to big, big and big and bigger and then bigger, and it started getting huger like a wide smile. And I started getting creeped out. I started getting out of there, like running for my life. Then I saw like a slide, right? I slide down, then I saw the door. Then when I looked behind, oh my God, my creepy self was demonic as shit. I ran to the door so bad. When the demonic thing was about to grab me, I got to the door, I jumped, and then I woke up. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck am I getting these weird dreams for? Oh, that was the creepiest shit. That was the 8th incident, just to give everybody an update. God, that scares me. But what's it called? There was a 9th incident in my sophomore, and I remember what's it called? If you guys are wondering what sophomore is mean, it's more like 10th grade. It's like the 10th graders, but they call them sophomores. But anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah. So we're talking about the night incident. So the nine incident is when same thing, a lot of creepy ass dreams and nightmare dreams. It was more like they were like leading me to somewhere. Like, I don't know how to describe it. They were like full of nightmares. They were full of like demonic creatures, and some of them were like creepy, ugly faces and all that other stuff. Then I remember the night incident where I was in a dream, but this time I was in the hallways, right? Walking towards forward because the back was full of darkness, so I just start going towards the light, right? I start pushing in like normal, walking normal and stuff. I was in like a red hallway. The floor was like dark, but like dark gray or dark white. The top was like gray, and like the walls was like red but rusty. I was literally going forward. Then I see like paintings like on the walls, but they were not ordinary paintings. They were like distorted imagery paintings. Then when I started getting closer towards the middle at the end, right, I started seeing like heads of my own self cut off and blood. There's like different bodies on my heads. There's like ones that are open eye, no eyes, one with a big jaw open, and a lot of disturbing stuff. That was creepy as shit. Then when I started getting closer towards the hallway at the end, there were so much skulls of myself, but it wasn't myself. There were different bodies of different people. And then when I started getting towards the end of the door, oh my god, I regret looking at back. There was a freaking demonic fucking clown or demonic freaking entity looking at me. And when I looked back, I started running, scared shitless. What the fuck was that? It started chasing me until when I got to the door, I opened it and got through it, and I woke up. Oh my god, that was creepy. Then the 10th incident is just more like old nightmares, but a lot of creepy shit in it. There are so many nightmares I want to tell you, but it's like gonna take a long time to progress. Then, what's it called? My junior year, which is this one, junior, right? I say it. Long story short, I remember there was another incident where I was a kid, right? Chilling. Well, no, I'm a teenager, right? Just chilling and normal stuff, usual things. I started having some creepy events, and I remember posting a video where I started getting creeped out about a shadow figure near my corner, and I know a lot of you guys saw that shit. That's the video I posted out. Sorry about that. But yeah, I posted that one out. Then I started having some weird, nasty dreams. I had a nightmare at 11, which is the 11 incident, where I had a dream, right? And it was no ordinary dream. It was me and my little self as a kid. I look at my little self. We started walking with each other, normal. Then I saw a demonic form, and it looked like a demon. It didn't look like no other demonic thing. It was just a demon with wings, red, fully red, like light red or something, staring at us. My little self started running. I started looking at it, but when it disappeared and I looked behind, My little self was getting ripped and shredded. Like, god damn, that was disturbing. And then when I saw my little kid self, I started saying, "No, you idiot! What are you doing?" Then the demonic starts saying, "You will be tortured forever." Then I got creeped the fuck out. Then what happened is I saw my little kid, my little self, right? The demon was like ripping like the stomach part open. I saw my organs like getting eaten alive. Oh my god, that was disturbing to say it. Then he started like grabbing my arms, ripping them, breaking them in pieces, and then starts grabbing my head, cut my head open, and open the shit up, and it starts eating my brains. Oh, that gives me the creeps. Then when I woke up, I got the creepiest shit. I was telling myself it's maybe nothing. Oh my god, I regret saying that word. Because another incident was the 12th incident, which is the 12th. Oh my god, this is more disturbing. Around the 12th incident, when that demon shit attacked me, there was a 12th incident where I was chilling myself, right? Just chilling and stuff. Enjoying my life and just doing some cool shit that I never did in my dreams, right? Having a peaceful things in my lives. Then I had a dream where there was something demonic in my room attacking my dreams. Oh my god. I was in like a hallway where there was like only like a couple lights, like lanterns or something. But it did look like lanterns, and it was like fire, like torches. It felt like I'm in a dark hallway where I started getting closer to the door because the door was like gray, right? I started seeing some creepy shit. I see people like smiling at me, but they didn't look like human. They were demonic. They were just smiling at me. And when I look behind, I regret looking at there. Because one, I saw a person there. It looked like a shadow figure, but it did not look ordinary shadow figure. No, 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 no. It was something demonic. It was like... Sorry about that. It was like... Have you ever watched the Backrooms and you see like a creepy face called the Smile? That's what I saw, but it didn't look like an original smile. It just looked like a humanoid, but with a creepy smile, chasing me with a freaking chainsaw or axe, and I started running, screaming for my lives. And there was like more demonic shit, like clowns, fucking demons, and other creepy shit chasing me like the fucking Backrooms. But when I reached to the door, I started opening it. I saw an angel, but it didn't look like an ordinary angel. It just looked like, I don't know if it was a angel protector protecting me, but in the same time, my brain was telling me it could be Lucifer. But I don't know, because Lucifer, he's an evil motherfucker. If you didn't know who Lucifer is a fallen angel where he used to be the most greatest person in God's work, which was Jesus Christ, until he did some stupid shit where he dealt with the devil until Jesus realized what he did and punished him for what he did and banished him out of heaven's gate and stuff. And if you guys are wondering about the incident of the Lucifer, you could go check it out. There's actually a lore of it. And God, he's a creepy fucker. And the fun fact about Lucifer, my dad told me this, a fact about him. Lucifer used to be the most handsomest, beautiful angels. But remember this, he's no ordinary angel that you'll think he is. He works with the devil, and he will do anything in his power to make you fall like a fallen one. or I like to say it, the fallen soldiers. So don't do that. What I recommend you is focus on Jesus Christ for everybody's for sake. So Jesus, forgive me with the swearings, but for sake of God, do not focus on Lucifer. Focus on Jesus Christ, because he's our protector. He's our Lord and King. He will save you from anything. Then what was I saying about the incident? Okay, the 13th incident, when I got out of the door, open and escape. I woke up. It was 5 o'clock. I felt blessed, but most of the time I couldn't sleep because I had most nightmares. Then around the 14th incident this taking place, I got another nightmare where, oh my god, I couldn't sleep. It was like everything was striking me. And whatever was in my dreams was attacking me. Like I was in spiritual warfare. I couldn't sleep. It was like telling me to stay awake. Even my guts were telling me just stay awake. Don't even sleep. It's not worth it. Because whatever was in my dreams was attacking me in real time. Then when I went to bed at the 14th incident, I started having nightmares. And these were extreme ones too. I saw a female, right? Like a girl, right? Oh my god, she did not look like a female. She was demonic. That female demonic was like giving me a smile and trying to get closer to me. The God knows what. I ran out. I started going to hallways. She started getting closer and closer and closer, getting smile. Her wings was getting closer to me. Oh my god, I was scared shitless. I get to door until I found the final door. I started getting near. Then that demonic female was near the door guarding it, and she said, "You're not going anywhere. You're gonna be trapped with me forever." So I said, "Fuck this." I ran to a different direction. She chases me, but I closed the door in her face. She gets hit. I started going to a different route to go find a better exit from that door. Then I did, but when she was getting closer to me, she was so much angry. Her claws was sharper. Her teeth got really sharper. She was about to reach me. I closed the door in front of her. She gets hit in her head, gets so mad. She released her minions, where her demonic little demons start chasing me. Oh my god, I was scared shitless. I had to run, and run until I saw the door. I opened it, closed it, and I woke up. And geez, I regret sleeping at the 14th incident. It gives me the creeps today. Then there was another incident. This is a 15. This is an extreme one. So, if I remember, a long time ago, I had a dog with me, my dog Princess, you know. I was sleeping peacefully, you know, like every person will do. Then, long story short, I had a nightmare, and I was like, no fucking way. I had a dog with me. It was my dog Princess sleeping with me. She's sleeping normal. I was sleeping peacefully. Then some reason I get a fucking nightmare, and I was in my room, right? Just sleeping, right? Then I see my TV saying a code, saying breaking news. There is a murderer out here in the neighborhood. And it said 111. It said 111, which is 111, and said murderer, and it said it towards me. And then I saw a demonic demon, and just jump scared me, and I woke up frightened. And bro, I was scared shitless, man. Then I started telling my parents about the incident. She started saying that, you're gonna have to start pulling some holy water everywhere in your room, because whatever you're seeing sounds hardcore. And if you like, we could take it to church, and whatever was attacking you, you could be prepared for it to defend yourself, whatever's out there attacking you. So I started to feel like, I should start going to church, because if you don't go to church for not for long, God, you're gonna be freaking seeing demons and a whole lot of other stuff. Whew. Thank God I never saw that again, because that gives me the goosebumps. And I do have more stories I could tell about, but I'll just do that for part 2. But anyways, just for all my subscribers and my viewers, thank you for everybody that was listening for the story. Oh my God, I regret talking about that story. That shit scares me. I still got the goosebumps when I think about it. I don't know. Alright, well, yeah, that's all I gotta say for this YouTube channel, guys. That was all my scary stories. This was by myself, Javier Jr., or you could call me the Salvador, the Tragic Clown. And what I'm gonna say for all my subscribers is God bless you guys. God bless your families. God bless my family members from their dad's or mom's side. And God bless the greats. And God bless, it's called my friends, my friend group, their families, and their greats. God bless everybody, and I mean everyone, and their families. And yeah, just try not to get the same fate like me, cause you did not want that, man. Even those nightmares that I dealt with are just a damn. It's like it's not letting me speak about the nightmares no more. Anyways, like I was saying, I'm just praying that nobody in my friend group, my family members, or anyone in my subscribers or the OGs or viewers or new ones, I'm just praying that none of you guys get these nightmares, because God, I regret whatever was attacking me, but I feel grateful that I'm safe with the Lord. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And also, before I go, like I said, can you also please give support to my father's business? Because he's running low, and that's true, but it's also my father and my mother's business, so it's like a family business. And you might say that, oh, I have this and that, I'm just doing all of that. No, I'm not like that. What I'm saying is I just want you guys' help, because I'm saying this truthfully in my heart. I want you guys to help my father's or family's business, because we're running low, and I feel like my father is losing hope. Feels like he's really going through a lot, and it breaks my heart that my dad works so hard and then nobody comes to our shop. So I'm just praying that if any subscribers or anybody that lives in our state and that wants to, help my father's business or help the company, then I might make more videos. Maybe one day I might make ASMR. Maybe one day I might actually watch the Walton Files. Maybe right now or maybe tomorrow, which I could. And then Action Squad, I might have to do it tomorrow because I feel really tired for some reason. But I'm just making a video for what's going on and other stuff. And then maybe in the future I might do VR. I just need to still fix it. I don't know what's going on. It's just Oculus is being weird, or it's just is not letting me post videos. So I'm gonna have to grab I might have to buy myself a PC or a computer soon. But like I was saying, God bless everybody. God bless your families and stuff. And maybe in the future, I might make like a second YouTube channel, but more like, instead of like, putting the shadows or T.S.S, we're gonna call it the Shadows family. And if anybody wants to join the Shadows family, you can. But that would mean the future. Not now, not today. Soon. You know what I mean? But that's all I gotta say. God bless. God bless your families. God bless everyone. God bless your pets. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace out, y'all. And have your greatest things in your life. And just pray that nothing happens to you. And one day, you know what? Today, I'm just gonna give you guys 20 or maybe 10. You know what? Make it easy. I'll give you 10 days or 15 days of good luck, so you guys don't deal with any whatever you're dealing with. And yeah, peace and God bless. See y'all later. Or maybe tomorrow, because I'm tired. Peace.